Welcome back. My name is Ben. So when it comes to the Apple TV, I'm happy to let you know that Apple has released a new software update. Going into our device right here under the system setting, if we click where it says update, you can see this is the one that it's seeing right now. To get it to show the right version, I'm quickly going to restart my Apple TV. And now if we quickly go into settings and check for a software update, you can see now it's taking its time to refresh. If you have a similar issue, then restarting your device might fix the same issue. So now you can see the version that we have today. It's tvOS 26.2. While the TV downloads the update, I will show you other updates that Apple released. So on the Apple Watch, we have watchOS 26.2. On the iPhone, they also released iOS 26.2. You can see this is the current latest version available. You can download it on your iPhone and iPadOS as well. This is in addition to all these other updates that Apple released just yesterday. So older versions of iPadOS 18.7.3 and iOS version got updates. watchOS, that like I mentioned, visionOS 26.2, tvOS 26.2, macOS 26.2. I already did a video on that. iPadOS and iOS 26.2. It's definitely a lot of software update releases, and if you are in the ecosystem and you want to keep up to date and know what's changed and what's new, then definitely do subscribe so that you don't miss out. Now that the Apple TV has downloaded and install the latest tvOS version, if we go to see the software changes that are here, you can see this is the current latest version that we are on, tvOS 26.2 with the build number 23K54. Let's talk about some of the changes that are here. So for once, the what's new screen seems to have been improved. Now they don't highlight what was previously changed with just tvOS 26.0. They mentioned profiles for everyone and create profiles for family and friends, set content ratings for kids, and explore movies and shows, and you can read more about this. If I click continue, it just brings me back to the update screen. Now, profiles isn't necessarily new with this update, but with tvOS 26.0, Apple made profiles the first screen that you see when you update your Apple TV 4K. But now with tvOS 26.2, there's like 2 additional changes that Apple has made to profiles. To demonstrate these new changes, if I go into the settings right here on the Apple TV and select the profiles and accounts section right there, this is my profile. This is also the section where you can choose profiles on wake. If you want to see that screen, turn it on. If you don't want to see it, just turn it off. But now we have an option to add new profile. If you click add new profile, you can now sign in with Apple account, which you could also do with the previous tvOS 26.1. But now with tvOS 26.2, they've added this option for create profile. And if I add a profile, you can pretty much choose a name, and I'll just say ABC. And if I go to the continue section right here, I have the ability to choose an app icon or pretty much a face for that profile. Let's say, Robot Man right here, and you can now choose whether this profile is for a kid, yes or no. And if you click yes, you see suggested restrictions. You can use these restrictions or to customize them. So you can see allow TV shows rated above PG, you can accept, or you can allow movies rated above G. And if you want to accept these restrictions, just click accept. If you want to customize this, then you can see you can make it how you want. So for TV shows, for example, you can choose don't allow TV shows. You can choose the C, C8, G, or the PG 18 up to allow all TV shows. I think for, let's just say G. And then movie ratings right here, we will also say G like this, and that's pretty much what we have to set. And click done, and now it says adding profiles. Just give it a second. Let's actually see how long this takes. Oh, just like that, it's now done. So now you can see here we have the default profile, which is mine, and then we have additional profiles, which is this one that we created. If we select that profile, you can see the profile information and that it's for a kid. And under the manage tab, there is for all of you. If you select this, to tell you that this account would like to be included in group recommendations along with other profiles on this Apple TV, you can choose include me or don't include or not now. So I'll select not now, and you can upgrade to Apple Apple account. So once you do this, the main account holder, who is myself right there, you notice Benjamin needs to scan their code. After upgrading, this account will need to sign in to access their watch history. Also, to continue sharing subscriptions and purchases, this account can join a family. Now all I have to do is to scan the QR code, and now this account can become its own standalone Apple account, and all their movie recommendations, their watch history and subscriptions will be carried over to their new account that they might create. Or if they have an existing account, they can carry their history over to their new account. Also, if you are creating a new profile that isn't signed into an Apple account, using this method that I showed you, whether it's for a child or it's for someone that's not a child, once you choose the option to allow this account to be its own standalone account, then it will still need the authentication or the approval from the main account holder to scan a QR code to allow it to be its own account. And once I scan the QR code and allow it, then it's going to be its own standalone account, and their watch history, subscriptions and recommendations are going to be carried over. Now keep in mind that for kids profile, content restrictions only apply to the Apple TV app. Parental controls for other apps can be set in the settings app under general and restrictions. Something else that you might see that's changed is the Apple TV app icon right here. You can see it's more colorful, and now they've made further changes to the actual app itself. So you can see here it says get Apple TV free for 3 months. It doesn't say get Apple TV Plus. So they've made changes both to the front end and back end. And also if you go into like the settings or the library section right here, you can see here where it used to say Apple TV Plus, it simply just says Apple TV. And whether it's settings that you're going into that pertains to Apple TV or other previous settings that used to mention any reference of Apple TV Plus, they've all been renamed to just simply Apple TV. Another change that's here, if you were on an older versions of AirPods, these are the AirPods Pro 3, but it seemed to affect AirPods Pro 2 mainly, and some users that had their new AirPods Pro 3, where audio would only rise on one ear or one of the pods and then eventually follow up on the second. It was a few milliseconds delay that has been fixed thanks to a new AirPods update. So now if you are listening to music on your Apple TV, whether it's through the music app or you are watching a music video on YouTube, that has now been fixed. I tested it in my latest AirPods update where I mentioned this bug, and it's good to see that Apple has resolved it. There was also a bug in the settings app where under the profile sections, if you had selected this option that says choose profile on wake and your profile wasn't showing up, now it will actually show up. There's a number of users that have mentioned, hey, I now see my profile after updating to this new version. The last thing to highlight are the Apple security releases. So you can see Apple released security patches for a lot of their software updates, and tvOS 26.2 received a number of updates. So you can see there's one that pertains to Apple JPEG, and this one was actually quite interesting because if bad images somehow got processed, it could make Apple TV unstable or open door to deeper exploits, which you don't want. And then the second one here is that has been resolved. This is also a CVE entries, and it has to do with curl. So pretty much these bugs could affect how Apple TV securely downloaded or communicates over the internet, and this has been resolved. Another one has to do with foundation, where a malicious app or data stream could force apps to unexpectedly quit. This one too was kind of interesting because apps could fingerprint users or track behavior based on installed apps, which is another security breach. It's not good. And then the kernel one is a malicious app could completely take over the Apple TV, which is the worst one that can happen. And there's also multi-touch. There's also ones that have to do with WebKit, where bad web pages could freeze or crash parts of the Apple TV. And there's a couple of WebKits that have been resolved. So it's good to, from time to time, just check to see what Apple or what the CVE entries are for software updates, and not just update for the sake of updating, because sometimes there's real issues that you might have been affected by that Apple has resolved when it comes to security patches. So that's pretty much about it for me when it comes to this new tvOS update. In terms of whether you should update or not, I think this update is pretty stable, even more stable than the official tvOS 26.0 release. It doesn't have any audio mismatch issues in Netflix like what we previously saw with other updates, and it's fixed the AirPods issue alongside the latest AirPods update. But just make sure you update your AirPods as well to the latest firmware update. That's it for me. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tvOS update.